Hello, everybody. It's Eric Freeze, and good morning. I've been sick for the past 5 days, so I'm gonna do a live stream today. I have the phone out. We're gonna do crap. I'm here at the garage. I've not been over here. I don't know why it looks like the phone zoomed in so much, but it is. But I'm going to just film myself doing some work and tasks, and I'll show what's going on right now. We'll get the elephant out of the room here. We have this big ass table with fans on it. We have some fans over here. We have fans everywhere. We actually have a big pile of box fans back here, which the camera won't focus, and then the feet right there. And this is for my 1,000 subscriber special that I may or may not finish. I'm hoping to finish it because my dad wants this table back inside. This is the table that we have in our dining room. And my goal is to get all these fans filmed. I got a majority of the portables done, a majority of the 12-inch oscillators done. I have more oscillators back here, and I have all these box fans. But I done a majority of the stand fans and portables. I have another tower fan I need to grab from my mom's house. I'm not sure if I filmed that tower fan yet or not, so I have to check my footage. But that's what's going on with those. But fall's coming soon. It's going to be leaf season, so I'm going to get this track vac out eventually and get this thing working. And my issue with it is the original engine for it's just worn out. Here's the original engine. So I need to get this engine working. But before I do that, well, actually this engine is kind of really worn out and it's not really usable. So I have a new block over here. So I'm going to take all the stuff off of that engine because it has a good carburetor and a bunch of other good stuff, and I'm just going to put it on this engine. Now this engine has, all this engine really needs is a carburetor and a coil, and that engine has a good carburetor and coil, so I'm going to put that on here, and then I have to attach that big blower up to it, and then attach it to a metal base that connects on to this assembly here, which that's easier said than done because the metal base is cracked. That needs to be fixed. And then my lawn tractor, which I don't have here, it has a bracket that hooks up to this thing. There is, the engine sits here, and then there's a tube that comes out the side of the mower deck that goes into there, and then it shoots into here. And the impeller on the blower is angled in a way where it mulches up the leaves or whatever you put in through here. So it will all get mulched up. So once again, this is going to be a really good tool to have this fall. After I get this working, the next thing is to get the big snowblower up and running. The snowblower is over here, and this thing is ancient. This was in the shed. I pulled it out because I was cleaning the shed a few weeks back, but it has a lot to be desired. It's a 26-inch Jacobsen. This is a commercial grade snowblower. I don't know when it's made, but I'm going to guess probably the 80s. It has I think a 4 or 3 horsepower Tecumseh. Actually, no, it's a 6 horsepower. It's a bit bigger than I thought, but it's a Tecumseh. Electric start. And this thing is a beast. The engine has some issues with it, so I have a engine. It's over at my friend's house. I want to bring that over here at some point in time. And we're going to get this thing working. And it should be ready to go before too long. I also have an issue with my chute. I think all the pieces around there need to be loosened. I need a cotter key there for that gear. And that should be fine. I might also need some new shear bolts because I don't think this thing had. I think they just put normal bolts in there instead of shear bolts. I always just use oversized cotter keys. So ones that are designed to break. So there's that. This is a project that my friend's working on. I got this from a neighbor. This is a 60s rototiller. This is actually the oldest piece of gasoline power equipment I own. And this is the next thing to get running. I'm not really sure, but I want to get this running because I have a whole area over there that I need tilled, and he has a garden he needs tilled. We have a lot of crap that needs tilled, and we need a rototiller. So this is going to get working at some point in time. And this thing is ancient. I don't know what the brand name is. I think it would have said here, but It's a bit worse for wear. I think it's been repainted once or twice. So there's that. So I don't know what my project right now is going to be. I want to start working on the track vac engine. I need oil for the other block. So I'm probably going to harvest the oil out of this block, which is probably bad, but it's good for temporary sake to get it running. Move the lawnmower and the bike out of the way so I can open this door. I think I have enough stuff out of the way. I might just work in this general area. And yes, I still have this abysmal lawnmower. It's going to be a little while before this thing gets going again. I was working on the carburetor, but there's some things going on with the carburetor that just seems very iffy. You're going to be hearing me cough a lot. Nasty mucus right now. Going to go to school today, but I argued with my mom in order to stay home, just so I can have more time to recover. This thing sounds like a toy when you push it. This area needs mowed. The yard, I don't think it needs mowed yet, but it's getting close. Oh, tools are there. So, kind of like dig to get to the tools. Doors open. I guess we'll start by dismantling this engine. I might do something in terms of a custom exhaust at some point. I have to figure out how this works. Because if you look at this, it's just angled down, which I don't think is a good idea. If I angle it that way, it might... If I angle the muffler that way, it might start to dissipate onto this and start melting this plastic. And if I angle it that way, it might start melting the air filter plastic. I have to figure out what's going on there. But definitely a real issue. Oh dear, that was a stinky fart. Jeez Louise. Let's have a look at this thing. It should be pretty easy to take off. It looks like the governor and stuff on it's still in good condition. Oh, I think it's supposed to have a cable. And I was told that this engine was on a mini bike, so that would explain why. I mean, not a mini bike, a go-kart. Got our choke cable set up. Our breather tube is missing. This is our exhaust. I'm going to see, because I was told the coil on this was bad, but I'm going to try to see. The carburetor's thrashed. Had water in it and stuff. Yeah, it seems okay. I'm going to try to get this thing here off. And then when I get this off, I'm going to probably put the dipstick assembly from that engine onto here. So I can change the oil a lot easier. This is the kill wire, I believe. If you short that to here, it dies. A bit interesting. There's a drain plug. This is the only oil fill. spot on the engine. It's not absolutely destroyed. You can see there's not much oil in there. A little Briggs. This is a 5-horse Briggs & Stratton Intech. I don't know what size the other one is, but I was told this was a 5-horse. I think this one is also a 5. Doesn't say, but 602 cc's. Nope, it's a 6 horsepower. I feel like new standard power power scale they should be using if these is cc's, because horsepower means jack crap anymore. At least that's how I feel. And this whole frame that this thing is sitting on is just thrashed too. It's all been bent up, all the welds broke because it was really crappily made. This is the spark plug axis underneath this big muffler shield, which I'm going to have to remove. Might just start by disassembling what's left of this engine here. We'll start by removing this muffler guard. I'm actually curious to see how this muffler is compared to the other one. This one looks to be a bit smaller. The bolts that are holding it on look like they're falling out. These are just screwed in with hex bolts. This one has Torx on it, surprisingly enough. I will say I was not expecting Torx, but I guess it's fine. The air filter box on this thing is a bit knackered, so there's going to be some issues with that. Thought it would be that size, but no. These are all SAE bolts. This is an American-made engine, so I guess that would make sense. taking really long. Oh. Well, this thing just uses the same air filters as a Quantum. Well, that's convenient. Get a little baffle here. I'm actually going to store all the bolts and stuff here in the air filter compartment. Geez, these are like stuck. Okay, get that off. I believe there's still gas in this tank, so I'm going to get a little reservoir. Like a little bottle or something to hold the gas that's in here. It's old, nasty, stale gas, too. To anyone that's watching, type a comment in the comment box to see if it's working. I've not gotten any comments yet. And it says you have 6 people watching. I like community engagement. I never said that before. These, I had the reservoir right over here. I think all I need are just these things. My reservoir is just a cut down bottle. Let's first remove the stuff from this engine, I think. That's the only thing that makes sense, is to remove it from the junk engine. Size, these sizes bigger. I think it's 3/8. I don't know why I waited so long to do this. There's little... It has a little carb spacer. The grease feels good. Okay, I'll make sure I do that one first on the other one. So the governor goes on a little small part. I'll get the service manual for one of these, and I'll see how much one of these things holds. Gas looks pretty stale. I don't think my chat is working. Oh wait, we got a person. Working on engines. This is definitely some old stale gas because it looks like urine. It actually looks like diesel. I don't know why I'm doing this. This motor has a fuel cutoff switch. So we're gonna do this. Let's stop. Besides the fuel being the color of urine, it doesn't look that bad. Guess what I'll do while that's going on is this one I think uses a different size of bolt. Gasoline there. This one uses metric. I'm gonna try 10mm because it's a standard bolt size for a lot of things. That's strange. So the first one uses SAE and then this one uses metric. Might also swap out the throttle body. Urgh. if we had the gasket with the other one. Yeah, we still have the gasket. We'll keep this around now. Oh, there's freaking petrol leaking out of this thing. I'm going to use the metric ones because I just am. Looks like there's a mouse in that engine. Feed that in there. Let me just bolt this back on. So that one's a small one here and here. I didn't even see that comment, but, so I was taking a carburetor off of another engine and off of an engine that was bad, and then putting it onto a good engine that needs carburetor. Might have a clean filter somewhere, so what I'll do, I'm gonna check for clean filter. Just so happen to have one sitting right here. I think there's one back here. But we'll use this one. And in the environment that this thing will be used in, I am going to need a nice clean air filter. My pre-filter might need cleaned too. Let me shove my paper filter in there, and then get my cover. And put the cover back on. Wow. Looks like that part's on. Start by dumping the gasoline in here. Swap around the fuel cap since this one is a bit better condition. Actually, no, it doesn't fit as good as Steve. This one fit better because it goes on this tank. Erg. You're gonna take a break for now. Chainsaw, it's running over there. So this is going to get... gonna get this finished soon, hopefully. Everything else I need to do right now is kind of between what I can do, because I need to get some oil for it. Let's see how much money we have for oil. If we have enough money, I'll get some oil. Which I know I have enough. That should be more than enough for oil. what I'll do right now is actually I'm going to look at how the dipstick goes onto the other engine, because I want to try to reuse the dipstick from the other engine onto the engine I'm using, or whatever. So this dipstick, and so yeah, this mounts. It looks like it's on like a little. Yeah, I still have access to right there. I can't remember where I put this oil nub. Oh, it's right here. This thing also has a kill wire. It's a bit different than the other engine, but it still has one. Just kind of dangled. This one's a bit longer, stripped. I'm pretty sure it had a plug like this originally. Let's see if anything happens. Okay, it runs. Not gonna mess with it anymore, but oh, the relief. The relief to know that the engine runs. What an amazing feeling. Well, today I'm going to go to AutoZone or O'Reilly's, and I'm going to pick up some Earl. Yeah, looks like I get the oil. Bring it back here. I'll add some oil to that engine, and I also want to do a oil change to on my zero turn.